See, check on here, make sure we're live before we get rolling. We are live. Usually on the second go around, so we can finally confirm that we are live, and I can begin the actual broadcast. So go over here and log into the live chat real quick. We're gonna have a good time with everybody today. I don't know if everybody's gonna be waking up early on a Monday. This is kind of sort of a 4th of July holiday. This is like the day before the 4th. The 4th fell on a Tuesday, and so a lot of people went ahead and took Monday off too. We shall see. We definitely shall see. Do want to resume my career. We've been kind of following this for the last few videos that we've done in regards to NASCAR Heat Evolution. So I'm going to be hopping on here and just kind of playing a little bit, seeing what we've got. Stuff just gets more expensive as time goes by. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is right now because I don't think I'm consistently good enough. Let's see how I do at Darlington.
Go, 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 go.
Alright, here we go. Get out here on the track, see how this works. It's a very narrow track, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be able to do worth a flip. Took me one turn to bounce off the wall. I don't know if I'll be able to get down below that that white line or not. Typically at the tracks, I wreck when it happens. Not able to really make I'm not able to maintain a single lane. I'm kind of going around. First probably gonna be the best lap I've done. No. See how this works. It's probably gonna be my last lap. Regardless, I don't want to spend too much time out here. Well, all I did was hit the brakes. The car turned on me. It's a little weird. Not a big fan of that at all. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I still qualified 24th. Isn't that crazy? Like, note to self, don't hit the brakes until you get right into the turn.
Go.
Oh, so now we're going to qualifying session 2. That's a good way to start. All right.
There's a wreck in turn 3.
Looking good. All right. End up qualifying 19th. I can deal. I could completely deal with that. But we're going to be like right in the middle of the pack now, and I just have that weird
Every
feeling
driver
I'm gonna end up wrecking. But I can try to stay off of everybody and see what we can manage.
There's a green flag. Car high. Car high. Car low. Clear low. Car low.
No. Obviously, that was going to happen. I called it before the race even started.
There's trouble in turn 2. Car low. Car in is pitting. Car high.
Get up here and try to at least get a top 30. It seems like I kind of recovered pretty good from that. I mean, dang, I've got a good car. I just have to learn how to navigate traffic.
Five laps to go. Still there. All clear. Car high. Clear low. Stay low.
Kind of like getting in the zone now. See, I knew that like going down below that line would cause me to spin out. I mean, that's just,
Car high.
it didn't happen in qualifying though, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with it. Alright.
Still there.
Ah! The race is pretty well over at this point.
Turn 2.
But this car's still wrecking. Ah!
All clear. Car high.
The fact that there are no caution flags
There's a wreck in
kind of make
turn
this
3.
difficult.
2 to go. Car high.
Welcome to the new viewer. Going to be running it for probably a couple hours this morning, doing career mode, trying to build up a little bit and make it to where I don't wreck constantly. I can tell my car is quite messed up, but if you look at it, it's wow, my car is actually as fast as the leaders, so
We'll get him next time.
So that tells me at least at Darlington, I'll have a car that's fast if I can just learn how to drive it. Remember, if you're tuning in for the first time, we have actually a subscriber contest going on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and take a screenshot that you subscribed and send that along with your gender and t-shirt size to send it to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Untitled Nerd Network, and we're giving away this month the July 2017 Loot Crate. My favorite driver, favorite current driver, Ryan Newman. I like Kyle Busch. He's a close second. My favorite all-time driver was the late Dale Earnhardt. I was a major Earnhardt fan back in the late 90s. I actually became a NASCAR fan at Talladega, the Fall Talladega race in 1997. First race I ever went to. I didn't care about NASCAR one bit, and then I got dragged off to a race, and that started it. So I've kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm not as big a NASCAR fan now as I used to be. I've watched maybe 2 races all year so far, whereas used to I would watch qualifying, practice, everything.
Go.
Now I'm just not quite as into it, but I still like the sport. Dang. Oh, Richmond. Took me a second to realize where I was racing. I'm not used to seeing the place during the daytime. If that tells you what kind of old school fan I am. Still kind of getting the hang of this game. I'm not quite where I used to be as far as NASCAR games are concerned, but I do seem to be getting better. Not to mention I'm making upgrades to my car in this game, and the car itself is getting better. So if I could just learn how to drive in traffic and keep my car from sliding all over the place, and should be okay. Yeah, we're trying really hard to get the. Hey, I will say, man, Atlanta. I absolutely love Atlanta. I went to Atlanta was the second race I ever went to. We went to the season finale, and it was Jeff Gordon won his second championship in '97. We went to the '97 finale. Traffic was horrible. It was cold. Bobby Labonte won, which was kind of funny because a Labonte brother won like the first 4 races I went to. The first race I went to, Terry Labonte won at Talladega. The second one, Bobby Labonte won at Atlanta. The next spring at Talladega, I went to a race, and Bobby Labonte won it. And then, let's see, that was '98. I didn't go to any more races in '98. In '99, I went to the Winston, which was the All-Star race back then, and Terry Labonte won it. I was like, holy crap, man, you know, freaking Labonte. But
That was your best lap ever.
yeah, I never went to like any of the big photo finishes that Atlanta had. The last Atlanta race that I went to and really enjoyed was Darrell Waltrip's last race in the year 2000. You know, Darrell Waltrip, he ran his last race. Jerry Nadeau actually got his first win at that track, or at that race that day. And it was a Monday race, and it was Darrell's last race. And Dale Earnhardt finished second. That was the last top 5 Earnhardt ever got. Because at Daytona, when he wrecked, the very next race at the beginning of the next season, I think he finished like 12th. I think I'm pretty well to the point now where I could probably end qualifying after this lap. Yeah, I'm going from qualifying consistently 35th, 40th to start getting in the mid 20s at least. Getting a little bit better. Remember, hit that subscribe button. We got our Loot Crate giveaway going on. Send a screenshot with your t-shirt size to our Facebook page. We're fairly easy to find. Just type in Untitled Nerd Network on Facebook. We got a little over 13,000 fans there. We're trying to drive our YouTube numbers up, because YouTube is where it's at. We absolutely love doing YouTube shows, and I'm going to be doing a talk show later today around 1 p.m. Eastern with Kimberly. Do I like the women in NASCAR? I'll tell you, I liked Danica Patrick when she first showed up. I think getting women into NASCAR is a big deal, but don't get a woman into NASCAR just because she's a woman. Danica Patrick, I don't think she's talented enough to hold a ride. Like, I had kind of a running joke for a while where Danica was going to have more finishes in like the bottom 20 than the top 20. That's not a good way to get rolling. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quit that. But yeah, you know, thanks for the subscription, man. I always think that Danica, she just doesn't need to be in that car.
Hello, everyone.
I mean, I'm just being honest. If she was anybody else, she would have been taken out and replaced with somebody else. But oh, I didn't know that they still had Richmond night races. I thought that they did them all during the daytime now. That's pretty cool. That kind of makes me happy,
You're all clear.
because I love a good night race. But yeah, Danica, she doesn't need to be in the Cup Series. They didn't even give her time to really prove herself in the you know, in the it was Nationwide then, the Xfinity Series. She does not need to be at the top tier. I would have liked to have seen her at least win a race before they moved her up. That didn't happen, and now they're paying for it. She brings in sponsorship money, of course, but no big deal, you know. It's like
Carlo.
she's not showing the results, and people are beginning to not care. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have had her in the car too. So,
Hold your line.
just because of that money.
All clear.
But the novelty's starting to wear off, and I think it's about time to give that car to somebody who deserves it a little more. Okay, I am
5 minutes to
trying
go.
my best.
Stay low. Still there. Clear high.
To pass some cars and get a good finish. Once again, thank you for the subscription. If you want to enter our contest, send that over to our Facebook page. Much appreciated. We are
Stay low.
giving away that
Still
loot
there.
crate. Which
All
the
clear.
theme this month is animation. It's going to have stuff from Rick and Morty, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bob's Burgers, and Futurama. It's going to be a good crate, I think.
Stay
I'm
low.
very much
Still there.
looking
Clear
forward
high.
to this crate.
Still there. All clear. 2 to go.
I've got a good car, I just need more laps. But I don't want to, I like doing these sprint races just because I can make, you know, I can get through a full season quicker. But
Last
like
lap.
if I had, you know, at least 30 more laps, I'd have it going on.
Carlo. Still there. All clear.
Dang. Yeah, I do have a good car. I ended up getting 27th at this race.
We'll get him next time.
Good finish. All right. Continuing on, got a little bit higher speed rating there. Finished 27th, making progress. Progress, progress, progress. That's all I can ask for is progress. Okay, so I didn't make the playoffs, obviously. I'm nowhere near that caliber. Holy crap, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 400. How cool is that? Like, I don't even know why I'm so excited about that, but I've never seen a race called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 400. That impresses the crap out of me. So here we go. To Chicagoland. Going to be
Go, 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 go,
qualifying.
go, go.
Making an effort to get a good start. To get on one of these good wide tracks. Where I can actually make some progress. I said, just making progress. Holding through the turns pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy with the way the car's moving. Hold it through the turn like that. Ooh, I almost hit that wall, but not quite. Okay. I believe that's about as good as I'm going to get. Qualified 14th to begin with. Going into session 2 and see what happens.
Go, 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 go.
I don't know if it matters, but I didn't want to mess the car up, so I just decided to go off into session 2. Progress. Getting better. A little bit better. It seems like a pretty good track. Yeah, I love the way this track drives. It's amazing. Car drives amazing. It's almost like the upgrades that I've made to the car were like specifically for this track is basically how it's going. Right here's probably it. It's probably the lap I'm going to go with. Yeah. Qualified 18th. Not bad. I'm happy with that. That's going to be our final starting position.
Welcome to NASCAR on NBC and the first race in the chase for the
Teenage
Sprint Cup.
Mutant Ninja Turtles
This is Rick out.
400.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low.
If they keep from wrecking, that's like my number one thing.
Car low. Car low. Car low.
And I wrecked. That guy hit me. Got hit again and again.
Turn 2.
As long as I can maintain a top 30, I should be okay.
Still there.
I'm not even really worried about it because it's like the pack is starting to kind of spread out now.
Car low. Clear low. Car high. All clear. Clear high. Car high. All clear.
No, 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 no. I want to like get that no cat. No, 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 no.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
Yeah, it's like getting back in traffic. Like the car doesn't want to drive worth a crap. If I can get like some free air, like they really went overboard
You're all
on
clear.
making sure you couldn't drive the car
Clear
like in
high.
any kind of like heavy traffic with it. You know that you can actually feel it too. You know the air
Here you go.
is like blowing around the car. The controller's vibrating.
Still there. All clear.
With the next to last lap. This race isn't going anywhere near as good as what I thought it would.
Stay high. Still there. Clear low. Last lap. Stay high. Still there. Still there. Clear low.
Like racing this game, I've become a huge fan of the outside line.
Still there. Still there. You're all clear. We'll get him next time.
At a race, finished 25th. Creeping my way up those standings. Nice. Creeping up into the top 30 in points. Next race. New Hampshire. Not the biggest fan of that race, but whatever. Wants to offer you a sponsorship, okay? What am I looking at? Okay, so I'm getting some better sponsorship. Okay, so you know what? I think I'll re-sign with them because they've been good to me. They stuck with me through the hard times. Here we go. Beginning New Hampshire. I watched Cars 1. Guy in here, just in case you can't see, he's asked me if I like Cars 3. I watched Cars 1, but I've actually not even seen Cars 2 yet. I mean, I like the movie. It's just one of those things I've not gotten around to watching. I might need to get on that. But maybe check it out. I've raced this track before. Remember, if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and send us a screenshot of your subscription to our Facebook, facebook.com/NASCAR Untitled Nerd Network, and we are giving away a loot crate this this month. The deadline to enter is July 13th, and I'm doing horrible with this track. Got to get down, figure it out. There we go. A little bit better. A little bit better. Like, the one thing about New Hampshire, a lot of times, slower is faster. You can't just blast through those turns in any game, even the old ones that I'm used to playing. You gotta really take it easy. Go in there, see, like I've tried it way too hard.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
There we go. Somewhat nice. Until Brad Keselowski hit me. And I will say how cool it is to see finally beer sponsorship in a NASCAR game. I was so happy about that, because one of the biggest gripes I've had with NASCAR games growing up through the years was the fact that they didn't have the realistic sponsors for, like, you know, Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt Jr. didn't have the Bud sponsorship and all that. It just wasn't totally realistic. I mean, I understand why they were doing it, but I mean, anybody that's playing a NASCAR game knows what the sponsor is, so kind of a weird rule that they had. This is the last lap I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. I've heard of that SpongeBob SquarePants 400 at Kansas. That's been going on for a couple of years. I think I heard about it. That was one of the more recent races that I watched. It was actually pretty good. Because I know at one point somebody drove a SpongeBob SquarePants.
The Magic
car.
Mile is the second race
Maybe it
of
was
the
like
chase,
for
and
the
the
movie
drivers
they
are
had
hoping to
years
find
back or
that magic.
something, but that was
And they
pretty cool.
all have a common goal: to hold up the
Get set. The race is going green. There's a green flag. Car high.
Alright, it's time to make this happen. I'm gonna try the
Car low.
outside line here. See what happens. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Still there. 5 laps to go. Car high.
Why did my car turn? No clue why that happened. Like, I actually was starting to go into the turn. I hit the brakes to kind of slow down a little bit. The car just immediately turned to the left. And I had to correct it. When I did, I overcorrected. The car wrecked, went into everybody else, and here we are. So, whatever. I know everybody's going to be getting... See, there it went again. Everybody's going to be getting tired of me talking about this, but we have a loot crate giveaway going on. If this is your first time hopping on here, hit the subscribe button to our YouTube, go to our Facebook page at Untitled Nerd Network, send us a screenshot of your YouTube subscription, along with your t-shirt size, and whether you're men's or women's, and we will enter you into a drawing for the July 2017 Loot Crate. You have to enter by the 13th of this month to be considered. Oh God, I'm like so tired of the way this car drives at this track. I've never been a fan of New Hampshire at all. Never. It's like fast straightaways, then just suddenly, abruptly slow down. Half the time the car doesn't drive right. But I mean, I'm catching everybody. Once I get in that traffic, I'm going to end up in the wall. I'm like, a lot of times if I'm not winning, I'm like the most negative person to ever stream a NASCAR game.
Last lap. Still there. You're all clear.
I'm actually going to gain a few spots at least. It's not a really good
All clear.
finish, or it's not a really good first finish with that new sponsor I got.
All clear.
Trying to make that stick, and it stuck. I think if I'd have maybe had a couple more laps, I might have got a top 30.
Next time.
NASCAR 15. That was like the last one for 360 and PS3, right? I know. It was like a remake of the other games that they had made, but updated for 2015. I enjoyed NASCAR, the game. It wasn't horrible. I will say I like this game a bit more. It's not perfect, but I like it. Let me go on here real quick and pull you up. Do that real quick. Subscribe to you. Done. If you want us to subscribe to your channel, hop on and let us know. And in between races, I will hop over there and hit the subscribe button. Get that horsepower performance. And we're going to need another one to grip improvement. But we're slowly but surely making progress. That's the name of the game. I'm not going to come out of the gate and win races completely just immediately, because number one, my cars suck. I haven't upgraded everything yet. And number two, I'm still kind of sort of new at this game. Alright, here we go. I do like Dover. It's not my favorite track, but I like it. Heck yeah, look at that. I'm trying to somewhat make it. was going to happen. One more. As soon as we cross the finish line this next time, that'll be it. I might want to see if I can pass this guy. It's Kyle Larson, if I'm not mistaken. And I screwed up. He's leaving me behind now. That wasn't going to help. Okay, we qualified 20th. Advanced to session 2.
Go, 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 go.
That's really one thing. I don't like spending all this time on qualifying. But I mean, if that's what they want to do, hey, whatever. That's not going to quite work either. Held that low line there. Here's probably going to be it. Holy crap, I qualified 8th. And I think, hey, thanks for the vote of confidence, kind sir. We strive to please. We do a little bit of everything. We we do loot crate unboxings. We do like all kinds of stuff. Like really our highlights are our unboxings that we do each month, and then our Saturday night crew broadcast. Those really take off. I love doing Saturday night broadcasts with Amber and Single Sarah. We you know, we do 2 or 3 hours every other Saturday night. That's a lot of fun because a lot of times we have special guests over and we just kind of hang out, have some drinks, play some video games, and it's just a bunch of friends hanging out, playing. I'll be sure sometime in the next day or two, whenever I've got some free time, I'll hop over there and check out your stuff there. We're also going to be live later today about 1 p.m. Eastern with Kimberly. She is a cosplayer who does some like anime type cosplay. She and I are going to be hanging out talking about some cosplay stuff. Not cool. Whoever you are. Is that Ryan Neiman? Is that seriously Ryan Neiman? Because it's colored like his car. And it kind of makes me want to hit him back. Ah! End up qualifying 11th. Cars 2 focused on spy missions. That is crazy. Like, I don't even... So they basically got away from what made Cars 1 such a
Today,
good,
NASCAR returns to the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware for the third race in the chase for the Sprint Cup.
I mean, I'm not like...
drivers qualified for NASCAR's playoff, but after 400 miles on this 1 mile oval, only 12 will keep the dream alive. It's only fitting that Miles the Monster will have a say on who will advance to the next round. It's NASCAR on NBC. Next.
There we go. Had somebody want to know when their feature was going to be on the on our page. We have no less than about 25 people right now wanting to be featured. They have submitted their photos and all the good stuff. So we kind of have a backlog of people, and we can only do one a day, so that's not good.
Still there. Carlo. There's a wreck in third four.
People are just knocking me out of the way left and right. So much for that good qualifying effort. I'm not even in the top 30 now. That's what happens. You touch one car, you bounce off into the wall. This car is controlled horribly in this game. Of course, I guess you're not supposed to be hitting everybody either, so I guess it's my fault. The cars are so touchy. Now I have issues with the car. I'm hitting too many things.
That was a great lap. Stay high. Still there.
Well, I'm marching up through the field. Not going to win the race, but I will show a respectable finish. Dang.
Here you go. Still there. Still there. Carlo.
Holy crap. Okay, whatever. My car is like very messed up at this point.
Stay high. Still there.
Couldn't drive this good whenever I was in a huge pack of traffic. Didn't do well at all on that one. Okay, that's, yeah, I knew somebody drove the SpongeBob car. I couldn't exactly remember who it was. David Reagan drove the SpongeBob SquarePants car. Yeah, Loudon, New Hampshire is a rough track. It's probably one of my least favorite tracks in the whole game. I'm not a real big fan of Pocono. I don't really like Watkins Glen and Sears Point if I don't have a good car, just because those things are horrible. But for whatever reason, I don't like those tracks. But both races here on this game in my first season, I've had like crazy good finishes, like in the good 20s. So I don't know. It's just weird how things work out. You know, it's kind of like Dale Earnhardt way back when. You know, he hated Daytona and Talladega restrictor plate racing, but he was so good at it.
Go, 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 go.
All right, here we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who here remembers when this place was Lowe's Motor Speedway? It was actually kind of funny because I think that was like a 10-year agreement. They became Lowe's Motor Speedway in like 1999. And it just so happened that was the year that I actually lived across from the Speedway for a summer. Like literally I could stand on the front porch and see the Speedway. And right up the road, they had a big billboard that said, you know, welcome to Lowe's Motor Speedway. And they had the Home Depot car parked in front of the word Lowe's, which was pretty dang funny. It was like a Home Depot sign. Boy, that absolutely wasn't a good thing.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
You know what? Let's just send the results. I'm gonna have to finish. Gonna have to qualify last. That wasn't cool.
NBC Sports.
I know how to race, Charlotte. I just had a bad start of it. I'm not really sure what happened.
There's a green flag. Still there.
If I could just figure out how to get past all this dang traffic. No! Quit doing that.
There's a wreck in turn 3.
I don't know if it would be realistic or not. I don't know how, like, you know, I've never actually driven a, you know, a 3,500 pound stock car, but I'm really curious to know, is that really how the cars do? Like, if you just barely touch somebody, you know, you veer off in the other direction, because something tells me that's not how it really is. I don't like just barely touching another car and then suddenly like blasting off in like a whole other direction.
Stay high. Still there. Still there.
Not to mention this track is so narrow.
Car high. 5 laps to go.
I'm having a horrible time of it.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
Like, I'm seriously not doing worth a flip at this game. I'm not really sure what the deal is. Yeah, I subscribed to your channel. I'm on there now. No problem. Okay, halfway through this one. The car's kind of messed up, so I'm trying my best just to
That was a great lap.
stick with the pack. Maybe I can get out front, pass a couple of people. Two and a half laps to go. I'm wondering, is the car ever gonna straighten up? The worst crash I have seen from 2017. I'm guessing, I'm gonna say the first ever truck race at Daytona in the year 2000. They had that one where Jeff Bodine went into the fence. That was pretty rough. That's probably the worst crash I've ever seen. Anytime where a car actually goes into the fence and then breaks apart, hurts people in the stands, that puts it right up there.
We'll get him next time.
Apparently put Charlotte up there with some of my least favorite tracks on this game. Unless you could start out in the top 5 and stay there. It's not a good track to start out in a little sprint race in the back of the pack. I'm ready to just kind of finish this season and then start the next season, because Kansas, right now we're just kind of humming along.
Go, 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 go.
Alright, here we go. Kansas. This looks like the kind of track I'd like. Try to qualify up front this time. ninth fastest. I may actually enjoy this one. There we go. Qualifying session 2. I'm really gonna freak when I get my first ever pole position. Favorite pro football team? I mean, I live in like the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, so you'd think it'd be the Falcons, but my favorite team is actually the Miami Dolphins. Straight up Miami Dolphins. I was a fan during the Dan Marino days, and I was a big Ricky Williams fan when he was like the running back there for a few years, and I was just kind of, I don't watch as much pro football as I do college. I'm a big Alabama fan in that respect, but if I was to watch pro football, it would be the Miami Dolphins. And I kind of jumped on the Falcons bandwagon during the Super Bowl this past year, and was really kind of ill about that. About the Falcons just totally blew the game, basically. I'm a big Alabama fan. Sometimes you'll see me, I got an Alabama hat with a bunch of Loot Crate pins on it. I'll wear it during some of our broadcasts. Try this one more time. This is going to be the last lap of qualifying for me. Qualified ninth again. I was just talking to Kimberly, who is going to be joining us at 1 p.m. It's just going to be a little talk show. We're going to be talking about what makes a cosplay, or anything for that matter, not safe for work. Because we've got a lot of cosplayers doing different things. Kenseth, I actually didn't know that Kenseth and Logano had a rivalry. I actually am not a big fan of either one of those guys. I didn't like Kenseth through the years, but I do kind of respect him because he doesn't care to get out there and throw some punches whenever somebody's like, being a jerk to him. So I kind of got to give him that. Logano, I don't really have anything for him. So I guess if I had to pick one in that battle, it would definitely be Kenseth. I don't like that Kyle Busch gets a bad rap because I really think he's the greatest driver of our time right now. That's kind of my thought. Like I could sit here, I don't know a lot about the current state of NASCAR, but I could sit here and talk about it all day long, just from what I've seen, what I've read. This is the final round of qualifying for this race. I have done very well. Probably end up back in the pack at the very beginning of the race, but still, let's see how it works. Oh, that was actually a year or two ago, wasn't it? Like, that didn't happen just recently. That was... I haven't heard anything about that recent, but I remember somebody got suspended. I can't quite remember when it was, but it wasn't too long ago, but it wasn't this year, I don't think. Keep going until they no longer get faster. Right now, 33,480. Let's see what this pulls.
That was your best lap ever.
33,277. It's a little bit quicker. See if we can get a little bit quicker this lap. If we don't, we'll pull in. Kind of letting it go a little bit higher, kind of maybe keep some top speed on it. Okay, that's it. Ended up qualifying 6th overall for the race. Oh, Chase Elliott's definitely better than Casey Kane. Casey Kane had a really good year or two, but I think whenever Chase Elliott, like, I don't even think Casey Kane is really Hall of Fame material. I think Chase Elliott will be. So the Kane versus Elliott, definitely Chase Elliott is going to be known as the better driver
today, NASCAR
in the course of history. Alright, this is the closest I have ever been to the front.
Carlo. All clear. Carlo. All clear.
No. There we go. Like always.
Carlo. All clear.
Figures. Absolutely figures.
There's a wreck in turn 3.
Whatever. I'm not even going to try. That's a DNF. Really? They're like having me start it again? You can't just skip the race?
Get set. The race
Wow.
is going green.
Okay, well, looks like I get a mulligan. I've never done that before, but I guess we'll just have to finish the race.
Carlo. Car high. Clear high. Carlo. Car high.
Like I said, it never fails. Always wreck.
Carlo. There's a wreck in turn 1. Car high.
Oh, Dale Earnhardt. Definitely. They were good, and Rusty Wallace was probably the biggest rival for him, you know, as far as like them both being in their prime and everything. I don't like comparing like Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon, just because Dale Earnhardt was kind of sort of on his way out and didn't really have the greatest team when Gordon started making waves. But yeah, Dale Earnhardt definitely pretty much against anybody. I will say that I'll say Dale Earnhardt over Richard Petty, just because I know a lot about the history of like how Petty did business back in like the 60s and early 70s, and I'm not a real big fan of the way he did things. Like Petty, for a while, Petty was the only guy who ran every race. They were the only ones that had the money because they had factory support from Chrysler. And so whenever they would, you know, have races, Petty would go, and he was like winning everything because a lot of the top guys never went to all the races. And so Petty kind of won them by default because he'd be like the only car out there with factory support. And speaking of factory support, the Pettys would, they were actually in charge of supplying all the other teams with the parts. And Bobby Allison was at one time like a Chrysler guy, and they would have to get their car parts from the Pettys. And so the Pettys would send them like a messed up part or a part that was broken or the wrong piece, and instead of like doing that, you know, this was like back in the 60s, so they didn't have like Amazon and 2-day shipping and all that, so you know it'd be a couple of weeks for the right part to get in. So Bobby Allison would have to run with a part that wasn't good or was used, and it would end up breaking, and Petty would end up winning the race. And it's just kind of a dishonest way the Pettys did business way back when. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Richard Petty, but he won probably half of his races or more by either dishonest means or just taking advantage of a flawed system at the time. Whereas his wins are nowhere, his 200 wins are nowhere near impressive as like Earnhardt's, you know, 80 something, or Jeff Gordon's, or, you know, whoever else. Like, I don't like hearing people call Richard Petty the best of all time, because he did win some thrilling races. He did get 7 championships, but if everybody else ran a full season from like 1960 to 1975, I think Petty would be like a 2 or 3 time champion. Heck yeah, we're going to Talladega. Oh, Jimmy Johnson, hands down. That's just because Jimmy Johnson won all of his championships under Jimmy Johnson won all of his championships under different systems. Petty did too, but Jimmy Johnson had a lot of people. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, I think Jimmy Johnson's competition was a lot tougher, and he performed, I think, a lot better under pressure than Petty did. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't really have a good concrete way to say that, but in my personal opinion, Jimmy Johnson has done better than Petty. I love having these like conversations and stuff. Like, I've actually got a cousin of mine. Like, he and I grew up together racing NASCAR games, NASCAR '98 through probably NASCAR 2004, and those were like our big games. And he's the one I need on here with me. He's never been on one of my broadcasts. He lives across the state line. He lives about an hour away. He has, family obligations and stuff, so probably won't, if ever, get him on here, but I'm going to try my best eventually. Us do maybe like a few hours of NASCAR streaming or something. That'd be pretty neat. But like, I wish I had him on here to talk about this stuff with me, because he and I grew up together watching NASCAR, playing the games. We actually went to a handful of races. The Atlanta race in 2000, that was Jerry Nadeau's first win, Darrell Waltrip's last ever Cup race. He went there with me. He was with me at my first ever race at Talladega. And then he went with me to one of my last races, 2003. I think it was the one where Ryan Newman wrecked at Talladega and lost his tire, and it went up over the fence. I've been a big Newman fan. And I'm really hoping that I qualify worth a flip here at Talladega. The horsepower's a little bit better on the car since the last time I came. Grip's a little better, just overall better car, and I'm hoping that makes a difference. And it didn't. Qualifying sucks as usual at Talladega. I'm not sure why. I'm like 2 seconds off of first place. So I don't know. We'll see here. See how I can manage. I would like to
The race is going green. There's the green flag.
get a little better here.
Still there. Carlo.
I think that's crazy. Like, I just completely fell back.
Still there. Say hi. Still there. Carlo.
another one of those tracks where if I had about 20 laps, I could probably make something happen. Maybe even challenge for a win.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Carlo.
Kind of in the zone here. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot.
Clear low. We'll get him next time.
Ended up finishing 29th. Whew. Michael, are you talking about Michael Waltrip, I'm assuming? I will say that if Steve Park had not gotten hurt in his rookie season, he would have been a very, very good driver. He might not have been like Jeff Gordon caliber, but he would have been at least like Dale Jarrett or Mark Martin. He could have been a champion at some point if he had not gotten hurt in '98 at Atlanta, missed half his rookie year. And he was one of those drivers, him, Ernie Irvan, even Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of those people who was just plagued with bad luck, health problems because of wrecks, injuries, and things like that. Steve Park was one of those, and in 2001 at Darlington, he was in that what was then the Busch Series race, and they were on a caution, and suddenly the wheel came off of his car, veered left into a fast-moving car, and he got hit and injured there, and that basically ended his career. That basically defined Steve Park's career. Just injuries, wrecks, and bad luck. I hated it for him because I actually have several autographed cars and like a big autographed poster of him, and I hated seeing him have that kind of luck. Here we are, continuing on to Martinsville Speedway. When they're kind of talking to some people about cosplay. Telling people to send me those cosplay photos. We love featuring good, talented cosplayers. And here we are at Martinsville. Last time I raced this track, I like this track in a way. It's like a love-hate relationship. I either do really good or I do really crappy. We were actually streaming the other night. Me and I was racing and Amber was manning the chat. And I actually was doing pretty good. As soon as I get the hang of it. Okay, I get the point. See if we can at least get a decent qualifying position. This is another one of those tracks where I do a lot better running the outside. As good as we're going to do. 29th. And that was like one of the crappiest qualifying efforts I've ever put forth. Oh, dude, come on. You can't ask me to pick between Joe
Hello,
Gibbs
everyone, and
Hendrick.
welcome once again to NASCAR on
God.
NBC.
Like, I don't even know where to
Today
begin
we're
on
at
that
Martinsville Speedway to kick off the third
Here's
round
the
of the
thing.
chase for the Sprint
Rick
Cup.
Hendrick is probably
With only 4
the best
races to
car
go,
owner
8
in the
drivers
history of
remain with a
NASCAR.
chance to hold up
But
the coveted
Joe
Sprint
Gibbs
Cup.
has done more with less. He's only had 2 to 3 cars his entire career, whereas Rick Hendrick has historically had at least 3, sometimes 4 cars. Just kind of going off from that, I'm in no way a fan of Jack Roush. I don't like the way he did business. I wasn't a real big fan of the way he accused the Hendricks of cheating, during the whole Gordon thing back in '98. But I also do feel that he got the short end of the stick quite a bit because of the way Mark Martin was done. And I really think that given some of the things that have happened, I think that Mark Martin should have a championship and Dale Earnhardt should be a 6-time champion because of how they took points away from Martin during, I think it was like 91, maybe, the year Earnhardt won. Mark Martin should have won that championship, but he didn't, because NASCAR took a crap ton of points from him. And Earnhardt ended up winning as a result. I'm gonna try to maintain this.
Stay high. Still there. All clear. Car high. Car high.
Come on, y'all. Let's work with me here.
Car high. There's a wreck in turn 4. All clear. Still there. Car low. Clear high.
Holy crap, I
Car
can't
low.
believe I made that stick.
5 laps to go. You're all clear. All clear. There's a wreck in turn 2. You're all clear.
33rd. Guess it's better than nothing.
Still there. Car low. You're all clear. That was a great lap. Clear high. There's a wreck in turn 1. All clear. Car low. All clear. 2 to go.
2 more laps.
Car low. All clear. Clear high. Last lap. Still there. Stay high. Still there. Clear low. We'll
Boom.
get a
All
next
right.
time.
Who in the world is Prime? Prime Junior or Prime Senior? I'm not following you on that one. All right. We're getting a little bit better. Slowly inching up the leaderboard. Slowly but surely making things happen. Go ahead and finish that event. Going to Texas, which is basically faster Charlotte that I don't really like. Okay, so I need 350 grand to get that grip improvement. Here we go.
Go, 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 go.
See what I can manage as far as qualifying. I know qualifying doesn't really mean a whole lot. I don't like starting up front because I just end up falling through the field anyway. I'm happy that the next version of the NASCAR that's coming out in a couple of months is going to offer two-player split screen again. I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to it. If Martin, like, I really think, here's the thing, I think Mark Martin may not have raced as long if he had won that championship. I think that's really what kept him going as long as it did. I think there's a good possibility he may have won again. It may have been that confidence boost. You know, you don't know like what losing a championship like that might do to somebody. If Mark Martin was to have won that championship instead of lost it, I think it would have completely changed the entire landscape. I think Dale Earnhardt probably would have retired sooner instead of getting killed at Daytona, because he wouldn't have been yearning for that 8th championship to be the best, you know. You'd be surprised what pride and accomplishments will do to somebody, you know. Makes them change their whole way of thinking, you know. Like, of course, you never know. He may have wanted to strive for that 7th with Ty Petty. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm very surprised that I didn't qualify any better than 40th right there. Because I thought I had it going on, but I guess not.
Get set. The race is going green.
But I get a little extra power behind the car here. I don't know. Car handles pretty good at this track. Wasn't good at all. This isn't going to be my track. I'm not really sure why I'm not able to really catch these guys at Texas. You notice some tracks I've just, you know, my car does great, and then there's times like this where I'm just wondering what's going on. is everybody?
Still there? You're all clear. Car low. Stay high. Still there? Stay high. Still there? Hold your line. Clear low. All clear.
I swear, like I'm trying my best to break through and it just isn't working. These guys are aggressive, they're just getting in my way.
Still there? Here you go.
It's like you ever on like a 2-lane road or a 4-lane road and you can,
Still there?
like you need to get somewhere and you've got a couple of guys going 5 miles an hour under the speed limit side by side in front of you and you can't pass either one of them.
Still there?
That's kind of like what's going on here. Like I'm trying my best to get by these guys, but they're going just fast enough to where I can't really get by them.
There's a wreck in turn
And I
one.
keep hitting them, knocking into the wall. Like I'm actually happy just to see this race over. This is the last lap, thank God. I'm not enjoying this at all. Oh, whatever.
We'll see you next time.
I tried. I just couldn't get around anybody. I'm quickly discovering that these races aren't made for like little 5-lap sprints. All right. Finish that event. We're getting really close to the end of this season. Like really, 2 races to go. Jimmy Johnson, doesn't he have 7 now? Yeah, Jimmy Johnson's a 7-time champion. He is. I think he could win one more and probably be the best. I mean, he's won a ton of races. That'll be 8 championships. And the point systems and the championship structure and everything under which he won these, I think it'd be pretty safe to say. I mean, I hate to say it because, you know, I'm a huge Earnhardt fan. But, yeah, realistically, I think that Jimmy Johnson could be called the best. Hey, is that you, Kim? Jumping in unexpectedly, making me wreck. Playing good old-fashioned NASCAR. And talking about NASCAR. And Loot Crate. anybody, that's Untitled Nerd Network's own Kim. You know, Kim, I actually tried to tag your cosplay page earlier. Did you change the name of it? Is it no longer a Thing is Wisdom cosplay? Because for whatever reason, I was not able to pull up a tag. I didn't think to go look for the page, but I just figured if I couldn't tag it, there was some kind of issue there. Greetings, welcome to the chat, Austin. To everybody, I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network, and if you are joining us for the first time, hit that subscribe button, because we are giving away a loot crate this month. The July 2017 themed animation loot crate we are giving away. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, screenshot, and show us that you subscribed, and send that screenshot of your subscription to our Facebook page through a message or to unnentries@gmail.com. Watching NASCAR, drinking beer. Yeah, I'm not drinking beer. I have places to go today. I have to drive later. Ah! I'm gonna go ahead and sim it out. We qualified 30th. Yeah, anybody wants a free loot crate, enter to win that.
Hello everyone and welcome to NASCAR on NBC. I'm Rick Young.
We're going to be drawing for a winner on the 13th of this month. Ordering it, and then you should be getting it sometime towards the end of the month. Who knows? But I would love to see whenever you know what? Whatever. I swear I can't win. I really can't. I cannot win in this game. Okay, see, I have to get on there and do that then, because I didn't know that you had changed the name of it, and so
5 laps to go.
if it's called Sheer Gaming now, I will have to get on there and check it out. That's bad though, because usually whenever somebody changes the name of their page, I get a notification. And I didn't get a notification for that. Cosplay tutorials. Well, we will definitely have to help promote that. Yeah, the loot crate, I think the loot crate's going to be amazing this month. It's got Rick and Morty, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Futurama, and Bob's Burgers in it. I'd almost guarantee it's going to be a Bob's Burgers t-shirt. I've already heard it's going to be a Luke and Morty, a Rick and Morty action, not maybe an action figure, but probably one of those Q-figs that they've been giving away. I'd like to see something maybe for Rick and Morty Season 3. Because, you know, it's coming out, what is it, on the 30th? 23rd? Something like that. It's coming out towards the end of this month. Season 3 is finally premiering after all that wait. And, oh, my car's smoking. It's overheated. The temperature's up.
Here you go.
But, yeah, I would almost bet Bob's Burgers is going to be the t-shirt. I would love to see, like a, you know, like the old... kind of amateur looking, you know, restaurant t-shirts that you see, you know, like what, Leroy's Barbecue Shack or whatever. I'd like to see a Bob's Burgers shirt like that. That'd be pretty cool. Like, I don't want something full color, flashy with all the characters. I want like a Bob's Burgers restaurant chain t-shirt. I think that'd be pretty cool. As far as Ninja Turtles, like, I have no clue, because they did a Ninja Turtles tiki glass somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, I think. And I think that might have been like the primal month. I can't remember when that was, but it's been a little while. And that's the end of this race. I ended up not doing worth a crap.
We'll get him next time.
I'm about to like unsubscribe from Subway's mailing list or their text list. They're all the time sending me like texts because their stuff is so overpriced now. I remember the days of the $5 foot long, and now they're making a big deal if you can get a $6 foot long. Alright, we've only got 2 races to go this season. I was thinking about quitting, but it looks like I'm probably going to have enough time to kind of hang out and do a few more races from the next season. Alright. Here we go. Okay, see, I didn't know how that was going to work out. So I figured you just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and had a,
Go, 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 go.
you know, made the page for like both of you. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. Like, I'm not even really flirting with a win right now. Like, nowhere even close. So we're just going to kind of go into this last race of the season and just have a good time. Race around a little bit, see what happens. Because the end of the season is the only time we ever race here. So I like Miami. It's a good track. I'm not so sure about racing. It's probably one of my least raced tracks in NASCAR. My rule of thumb on qualifying is I just keep on going until the laps start getting slower. And, this might be it right here. Well, the laps keep getting faster and faster and faster, and as soon as they level off, I back off. Right now I'm doing like 33.793 is my current best time. I think I screwed up on that first lap. I'm going to go one more just because. Here we go. 20th. I can definitely deal with that.
Go, 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 go.
So I have to ask, Kimberly, you got your hairdresser deal, the test done and everything, your exam? I'm pretty sure I saw that you did, but I wanted to like make sure before I started throwing congratulations around. Seems like I may have already said something. Looks like I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm actually gaining on the guy in front of me. Dang. Carried through that turn really good. Still getting faster. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to have to go ahead and see him. 21st. Yeah, kill two birds with one stone on that.
It's time for NASCAR on NBC.
Utilize that
We're live at the
audience.
Ford EcoBoost 400, where tonight we crown the...
Instead of making a whole new page.
There's the green flag. Car high. Car high. You're 3 wide.
Really?
Car low.
Of course that had to happen. My car was not fast enough to stay in the pack, and I just get bounced around like a pinball. It's the one thing I don't like about this game. Well, I got greedy about like they typically do, so. Oh, that was unrealistic as all get out. Oh well, I figured I would kind of go for the gold and try to, you know, try to finish high, pass a lot of cars, that kind of thing. It didn't work. Last race of the season. Who cares? Whatever.
Last lap.
I'm just trying to finish this race now.
We'll get them next time.
Alright, we're going to give Daytona a go now. And then I'm probably going to wrap the stream. So. That is the end of the season. Yes, why would I not? Okay. Oh, that's not good. This is the last race of the stream. Starting a new season. I'm not really expecting a lot of good things. Maybe if I could get a top 25 in points, that might be good. But not quite there. I do like it though, like if you can do good at Daytona, you can get a lot of money. So, like the point is, try to at least do good at Daytona. Get that cash. But it doesn't seem like I really have a good restrictor plate program, so. But it is nice, it's always good, you know, I might get that first win this season, who knows? I mean, I kind of doubt that, but like that is actually, this season that I just did is the first season in my life I've ever run a full season and not gotten even a top 10. That is crazy. But I'm trying to get better. or if you're just joining us, the Loot Crate giveaway is still going on. You have until the 13th of this month to enter. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and send a screenshot of that subscription to our Facebook page or at unnentries@gmail.com. Give us your t-shirt size, whether you're a man or a woman, and we will send you a Loot Crate if you win. Been one of our more popular giveaways, and for that I'm very thankful that everybody has taken the time to enter. Qualified 40th. Hurrah.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
Alright, here we go.
Still there. Still there.
Okay, I'm trying, but there's no room to go anywhere, so see if maybe they break up a little bit. This is the PlayStation 4. That's why I pop in chat asking what console the game is being played on. It is the PlayStation 4.
Still there.
We are live. If you're unfamiliar with our channel, I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network. We are based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are sponsored by Infinity Flux, a comics, cards, and game retailer out of Hickson, Tennessee. And I'm playing NASCAR Heat Evolution on the PlayStation 4. And not really doing that great at it, but we're giving it a go. We're giving away a Loot Crate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and take a screenshot of that subscription, send it to our Facebook, Untitled Nerd Network, or to our email, unnentries@gmail.com,
Clear low. Car low.
and we will enter you to win this month's July Loot Crate that's going to see
Still
an
there.
animation theme with products from Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Futurama. I would give anything just to get some spots on this track. I mean, I've got a good car.
Still there.
I don't have any room.
Say hi. Still there. Last lap. Clear low. Stay low. Still there. Still there. Clear high.
There's no room. Just stuck.
Stay low. Still there. We'll get him next time.
Yeah, you can play online. I'm just doing career mode right now just because I don't think I'm good enough to play online. I may hop on here in a second and do an online race. This was actually my last career mode race of the day. I've been playing for a couple hours actually. Ended up not doing horrible at Daytona. Not absolutely horrible anyway. So let's do that. Let's back out of here and go into online racing. Actually, first I'm going to go into my team and go ahead and buy that software. We're going to go to exit, go into multiplayer. It's going to connect to the network, and let's see what. Nobody's in the no rules. Okay, there's somebody in the normal lobby. There's 3 players in that one. Okay, I'll write that down and join you for a race at some point, or maybe we play together or something. Let's see, what am I going to do? I don't want to race at Sonoma. They're racing Daytona, so why not? Let's join that lobby. Sit here for a second and wait on them to join up. In the meantime, get this show on the road. Alright. See what we're working with here. Go in here and race, and I'm not actually, this isn't my lobby, this is like somebody else's. Alright, let's see how I can do against 3 or 4 other drivers. Kind of give it a... Okay, yeah, I got your request there.
Still there. All clear.
You can tell it feels just a little bit different. Like, I don't really know how to explain how the difference between career mode. Maybe it's the fact I have a faster car. Alright, well, I see how he's going to do. One good turn deserves another. Try to pass him clean, he ran me in the wall. So. When it comes to video games, I'm a huge fan of Payback, so let's see what happens. I'm sure everybody can see this guy's screen name. Okay, that definitely ain't gonna work.
There's a wreck in turn 2.
So apparently you cannot wreck people the old-fashioned way. That's a lesson learned. So there we go.
5 laps to go.
That probably cost me the race. I would have liked to have had just a good clean race with this guy, but he wanted to hit me every time I got near him. So as he keeps moving around like he is, I am going to catch him. Okay, I'm getting some draft off of him now. I might actually come back.
Still there. 2 to go.
Oh, dang it, I messed up again. Oh well, that's pretty much over. Oh well, I tried.
Last lap.
That's awesome. Now I know who not to race with. Ended up getting hit by that guy and lost any chance I had of winning.
Awesome. Top 5.
May do one more race. Then it's going to be lunchtime. And then we're going to be gearing up for our little live talk show with Kimberly at 1 p.m., which is just right at an hour and a half away. I was really hoping that Night Stalker guy wouldn't be. I was really hoping that guy wouldn't stick around because he's freaking horrible. All right, this is the final race. Talladega. Oh yeah, I'm loving this game. It's the online. I like the fact that they don't have car setups and stuff. Holy crap! I'm starting on the pole.
The race is going green. There's a green flag. Car high.
Come on, man. Really? Gotta get out of the way.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
It's alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna draft with somebody too. I wouldn't complain at all if somebody just ran into that guy, slowed him down, something. would love to see us catch this guy. Probably ain't gonna happen because everybody's gonna try to start passing each other.
Last lap. Stay high. Still there. Stay high. Still there.
Dude, come on. This is why I don't do online racing. It's because of that kind of crap. Like everybody just hitting everybody. Like there's no racing. Like oh, you're not gonna pass me. I'm gonna hit you, and then that's pretty much it. Probably the last time you're gonna see me play online for a while, because like it started out with a dude leading hitting me on the first lap, and so like I'm gonna have to like tag that guy and not play with him anymore. And everybody else here is just too trigger happy.
Top 5.
No, you're good. That's all well and good. That was fine, but like everybody started wrecking right there at the end. That's understandable. It's the dude who started beside me on the first lap and decided he was gonna hit me and just totally screwed the whole race up. So I'm gonna go in there and like do whatever I gotta do, block him or say, I don't want to be with him anymore or whatever. Don't want to race with him. We'll see. I'm gonna go on here and handle that. Now I'm getting messages from people saying thanks for putting me on the wall. That's awesome. Oh, well, I'm not going to quit a race, so apparently while I was in there doing messages and stuff, we ended up getting put into another race. So here we are, Daytona. If I could just stay away from that dude in the, what car was he in, 48.
Still there.
Okay, I'm going to try my best to stay off of this guy.
Still there. Still there.
Yeah, so I tell the dude that wrecked me to learn how to drive, and he's like, well, I won. Online racing makes my blood pressure go up something fierce. I'm just kind of trying to like hang back, follow this guy, for a little bit, because I don't want to go like going crazy on the first couple of laps. Like, there's no point. You'll just let all the idiots catch up, especially that guy who's hosting.
Car high. Clear high.
And here's the guy who complained about me hitting him, so I really don't want to hit him again.
Still there. Clear high. Car high. All clear.
See, this here is like the way racing's supposed to be online.
Car low.
Having, whoa.
5 laps to go. That was your best lap ever. Car low.
That was absolutely my fault.
There's a wreck in turn 2.
Shouldn't have come down on him like that. It'll be interesting to see how this race ends. I'm actually kind of content with staying right where I'm at for this last lap, because you never know what might happen.
Last lap.
Really? Wow, I honestly thought there was going to be a wreck. And there was.
Awesome. Top
Too little, too late though. That was pretty fun. That guy that I can't stand looked like he actually quit since he didn't win, so that's pretty dang funny. All right. Well, that is it for me. Oh no, that, like I said, that was totally, absolutely on me, because I was like, I was actually on the outside and kind of got loopy there. Kind of came down a little bit and hit you, so that's no big thing. Anyway, I am going to back out now, and at the end of the day, I am looking around at the. Alright, well, I mean, I'd like to stick around and play some online racing. That last race was a lot better. I'll give it that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Appreciate everybody coming on, saying hey. Hope we got some more subscribers. Hope we got some entries into that Loot Crate contest. Had some good time racing today. Had kind of a pain in the butt online, especially with a guy who didn't know how to drive. And I sent him some messages letting him know so. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it, and we'll be back in a little over an hour. We'll be doing a live show with myself and Kim from Sheer Gaming, and we'll be talking about cosplay and a couple of news stories and things. So probably ain't going to be too long of a show, probably a short little 20-30 minute show. So remember, we've got our Loot Crate giveaway going on. Subscribe to the channel. Send us a screenshot of that subscription where you subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Send us a screenshot at our Facebook page, Untitled Nerd Network, or at our email, unnentries@gmail.com. And also remember, this coming Saturday, we are going to have Forever Friends fundraising. Super Mario Kart, we're going to be raising money for the local Humane Educational Society. So you can also find that event on our Facebook as well. So anyway, we'll talk to everybody later. I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network, and thanks for coming back.